So I've been getting a lot of requests into whether the international qualifications, such as the IGCSE, O-level and A-level, was still taking place. And I know those of you have been asking this, so thank you for your patience while I uh, looked into it. And I've managed to find what appears to be an answer. So put simply, the answer is yes, they will be going ahead. You'll still have to sit your June 2021 exams. And not only that, but it actually appears that they will take place at the same time that they usually do. Most people have asked specifically about the Cambridge Assessment International Education exams, or the CAIE exams. So I'm going to use those as the base for this video and use quotes from their website and links to our website for the information. So in a blog post that they put out on the 6th of November, Cambridge Assessment International Education said, and I quote, "If we move the timetable for one country, students in other countries would be disadvantaged. They would miss university admissions, deadlines, or take exams long after the school year has ended. The June 2021 exam series timetable is therefore in line with previous years." End of quote. So that is your short and simple answer. The exams will happen and they should be happening around the same time that they usually do and have in the past. So Cambridge have said that due to the pandemic and everything that's been going on, they've made some adjustments and adaptations to the exams, much like other exam boards, especially here in the UK, that's been done quite a lot. And the modifications that Cambridge has made is both to the March exams and to the June 2021 exams as well. And they don't appear to be the same as the ones made by the exam boards over here in England. So definitely have a look at your subjects because it might not match up with the ones that I announced earlier, based on what Ofqual had announced. So have a look at the link that I'll put down in the description below. Cambridge have also said that they're in contact with the centres and they're supporting them however they can, simply put. Hopefully, if this worsens or if things get worse with the pandemic, then they'll listen to the suggestions that centres make, that students make, and make further adjustments to maintain fairness and make sure that everything is fair for all their students all over the world. Because it appears that they operate in over 160 countries, so I've said. So, hopefully they're paying attention to what's going on in each of those countries and what each of those schools are saying and exam centres are saying, so that they can make things as fair as possible for every single student taking those exams. Now, I'm going to be super honest here and just say regarding the generosity, which I mentioned in a video about the GCSE and A-level exams here in England, I'm not sure if that will be applied to these international qualifications, but considering that Ofqual do still seem to regulate the international GCSE, the IGCSE, and the A-level exams, and lots of students actually living in England do take these exams as well, it sort of makes sense that they would adjust them so that they are just as generous as the rest of the GCSEs and A-levels will be, because that way you keep it consistent and you don't disadvantage any group of students who are being regulated by the same body. But we'll have to wait and see for some clarification on that, because remember, we still don't even know how they're going to make the grades more generous here in England. All they've said is that they're going to try their hardest to do that and make them match what happened in these autumn exams that just went and the ones back in summer 2020. One thing I will say though that I did see on the website is that they said that centres have the ability to submit a form after the exams are taking place for students that have been particularly disadvantaged. And this has always been the case. There's always been these extenuating circumstances forms that can be filled in for when things happen, like a student's house burning down. But this isn't typical in that the pandemic is a prolonged issue. So my assumption is that they're probably going to get more forms than usual and there's going to be a lot more people applying for it. And I'm not sure how they're going to work out the impact of that in comparison to past years where it would be things like illness or deaths in the family or houses burned down and things like that. But hopefully this will be a way to make it fairer for the worst hit countries. That is the countries that are worst hit by the pandemic. So I think I've covered pretty much everything that people were asking. But let me know down in the comments, how do you think the exams carrying on relatively as normal will affect you if you're an IGCSE or international A-level student. Especially if you're one in a country that's been hit particularly hard by the pandemic. How will this affect you? I'm really interested in finding out. And one reason why I'm really interested is because I've been reading all your comments as I usually do, and I know that this is something that's been bothering and stressing out quite a lot of you, especially those of you in Asia and South America. So yeah, I'm really interested in hearing and seeing some discussion among you as to how you feel about this entire thing. So yeah, that's it from me. Hopefully this is useful. I'm sorry that I can't say more at the moment. I'm still looking into this. I of course didn't train as a teacher for the IGCSE, so it's just something that I'm just getting familiar with. I've dropped all the links below, so make sure that you check them out so you know exactly what's changed about your subject and you know exactly what's expected of you. And I would definitely advise you to speak to your centre and speak to your teachers, because they're the ones who, you know, are essentially on the front line. They're having direct communication between the exam boards and you. So definitely talk to them so that you can clarify exactly what's happening and what you should do and how you should move forward. But yeah, that's it for now. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more education, information, and updates, as well as all the great art stuff that I do as well. So thank you for listening. Until next time.